I had the opportunity to demo Commencal's made-up power SX 400. I have been a fan of Commencal, I don't know, ever since I started mountain biking. I've owned 7 of their bikes, and every time I throw a leg over their bikes, I don't know, I always just feel at home. Before we get started with the bike, let me tell you about their demo program. I had the opportunity to demo this bike over the weekend. Commencal USA has 2 showrooms in the country. One in Golden, Colorado, and one here in Menifee, California, which is right down the street, less than a mile away from my backyard trails. It is going to cost you about $150 to demo a bike like this, but you can take that $150 and use it as a credit to a future purchase of a bike. Now, I know looks isn't everything, but it is a big part of it. And will you just look at it? The right bike is the one that you just have to take a picture of every time you take it out. This is Commencal's top-of-the-line build. It is the signature build in glittery white. And I don't know that you're able to see the glitter sparkled within that white paint job, but it is an attention grabber. Fox Factory 38, Grip X2 damper, 170 mils of travel. Fox Factory Float X, 170 mils of travel. Fox Factory dropper, 180 mils of travel on this medium-sized frame. Maven silver brakes. GX Eagle transmission with the paddle shifter. An XO transmission, 155 millimeter cranks. DT Swiss HFR 1700 aluminum wheels with DT Swiss 350 hubs. Out back, we have the Taki Chan, and in the front, we have a Magic Mary. Commencal did a fantastic job of speccing this bike to be just an absolute enduro ripper. My experience with e-bikes is somewhat limited. I have owned a full-fat YT decoy that came equipped with the Shimano EP8. I had a Heckler SL with a Fazua Ride 60, and now I'm on a YT decoy SN with the Fazua Ride 60.
It's got to be 25%. Well, yeah, because it goes what, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, but then when it turns white, it has 5% left on that bar. So it was 2 colors at first. It was 2 blues at first.
Yeah. And then
I'm at 40%. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll tell you right now what I'm at.
In comparison to my Fazua equipped e-bikes that I've owned, the Bosch Performance Sx, at least for me, in this one ride that I did, it feels a lot more natural in that it delivers power in a very subtle way. However, it is 55 Newton meters compared to 60, and the battery is only 400 watt hours versus Fazua's 430 watt hour battery. So you're at 36%. There's no, well, I'm at maybe 25.
You're at 25. There's no way you're at 30. Well, you can either be at 25 or 30.
So what does that mean? Well, that means that I only got 16 miles out of the battery on this bike.
What's the battery on this?
It's still 400. It's the same as
this is 430. Ours is 430, dude.
Ours is 430?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. Ah, so it does have a smaller battery.
Smaller battery.
Well, that makes sense. Kind of makes sense, yeah.
430 watt in our Fazua.
I ended my ride with a little bit of range anxiety. It's red, which, I don't know, what do you think? 10%? Oh, still going? I'm used to my Fazua Ride 60 with the 430 watt-hour battery, which gives me about 22 to 23 miles with about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. And I kept it on the purple mode, which I think is EMTB, comparable to my Fazua Decoy SN. When I ride that bike in rocket mode, that's when I know that I am going to get at least 22 miles and 3,000 feet of elevation gain. One other difference is that there is a little bit of a rattle. And the winding noise seems to be a little bit louder than the Fazua Ride 60. Now, this one isn't as loud as Shimano's EP8, but it is there if you pay attention to it. Once I started riding and I started going down, you can tune it off. And I think that if I were to own this bike, I would definitely, I could see myself getting used to that noise not necessarily bothering me in any way. The bike itself is super fun. Commencal went away from that single pivot and they are now running their virtual contact system. And it makes the rear track so well, almost as though you were running a coil. Although the bike does weigh 50 pounds, which is 3 pounds heavier than my Decoy SN, which is carbon and this is aluminum.
Nice. That got up in the air pretty easy.
I had no difficulty getting it up in the air. It felt natural. It felt like my Decoy, and I feel very comfortable on it. So I'm 5'9". The bike is a size medium. Geometry is comparable to my Decoy SN. I think the only difference is this one is about 20 millimeters longer in the wheelbase. It looks long, but it doesn't feel long. Were it not for the range that the Bosch in its 400 watt-hour battery delivers, I could see me switching bikes and once again coming back to Commencal. I don't know, maybe they'll spec a future one with the Fazua Ride 60, or maybe they'll spec a future one with a DJI drive unit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button if you found it entertaining or of value. Consider subscribing. I will have more content coming in the near future. Until then, ride your own ride and God bless.